Greetings from Seoul, Korea. I am Tasteless. With me is Artosis. This is the GSL. How you doing, man?
I'm doing excellently, Tasteless. I tell you what, I never thought it would happen, but I missed casting over the weekend.
I know I missed you guys. It's good to be back here.
I am so happy to be back into some StarCraft 2 casting. So I'm happy to be here, Tasteless.
It's going to be awesome. We, of course, only have two rounds today. They're both best of 5, though. We want to get more and more games for the more quality players out there. Again, this is the GSL, the largest tournament for esports in the world, not just for StarCraft 2. Largest prize pool ever, $87,000 for first place. Of course, $30,000 for second place. And a lot more money as it goes down, trickles down.
That's right. Well, right now we're in the top 8. We have 2 best of 5s today, as Tasteless told you. But the first one, fake Boxer. Against Kyrix Zenix. Kyrix actually isn't here yet. And here's the thing. If he's not here in 10 minutes, he gets disqualified.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah,
because he's not in that booth yet. We don't see him. He's obviously not going to have time to get makeup on and stuff. But we don't know. He has 9 minutes to be here.
Yeah.
So
9 minutes now. And, hopefully he gets here on time. I really do want to see him go up against Fake Boxer. Now, speaking of which, Fake Boxer... Oh, look, I guess we're going to look at the quarterfinals. 4 Terrans, ST Hope Torture, OGS Nada, Boxer, and Slayer's Boxer.
Moving on to the Zerg, we have Kyrix Zenith, OGS Xenio, and Nesty, who was formerly known as Zergbong.
That's right. And I think probably still should be known as Zergbong, considering he just named himself that because there was an ST on his table when he made the account. Next Genius, our only Protoss remaining, but the champion of BlizzCon, says Protoss is ridiculously easy in the best race, and he will win with 20 games a day. That's what he said.
Damn, I like that attitude.
I do, too. I like that kid a lot. But, Kyrix Zenith, man. I wish he was here, because I want to see this
where the hell is he?
Hyper-aggressive Zerg play some more, yeah.
Nobody knows where he is. We've been trying to get a hold. I hope he's okay. I hope there's not.
He's on the way.
Oh, he's on the way.
I was just talking to
people I talked to. It's been a little bit hectic here before the start of the show. Because
he is on the way. For whatever reason, not getting here on time. That is not very smart when you're in the round of 8 of such a prestigious, huge money tournament.
Yeah. I hope there was no family crisis or anything like that. But yeah, this is a bit bizarre to not have him here. We do have rules in place, so usually the openings that we do for this stuff takes about 10 minutes. So if he gets inside the booth, by the time the countdown starts that he can go, I don't know where he is. I'm sure he's parkouring over buildings and cars somewhere.
Seriously.
Jumping over the rooftops,
I'd be
trying
pulling
to get
back on the steering wheel to jump over cars on my way here, too.
I know. I'd be having my car go up on 2 wheels like that and stuff, going in between the traffic. I don't know where he is. I'm waiting to see him burst through that door over there to the entrance of the studio. I haven't seen it yet. So
I'm waiting for him to just roll in as a baneling and blow up his booth and just be in the chair and ready to go. That's my vision of Kyrix Zenith making a sick entrance. But hopefully he gets here. That would be a great match to watch. Yeah. If not, it's going to be a quick night. So that would actually kind of suck.
That would suck. I mean, we're going to go home so soon. If that's the case. Do we know, is Hope Torture here yet?
No, Hope Torture isn't here either. If he gets here, then we're going to go ahead and do his match. So yeah, it's...
if we do have to DQ or disqualify Kyrix Zenith, we will cut to commercial or cut to break.
We'll do a quick
and try
break.
to get Hope Torture in here.
Won't have any interview.
No.
By the way, Fake Boxer, many of you may recall, the foreigner scene is kind of calling him Foxer, and we asked him if he would change his name to Foxer. A lot of people replied on the forums saying they wanted this. Keep on replying. I think he's going to end up doing it just because the foreigner fans want him to.
He'll cave into our pressure eventually.
I know. Yeah. No, he said he would, so
all right.
Pretty exciting. I like that style of... being like, oh, you guys really want that? Okay, I'll do it.
Make the fans happy.
Absolutely.
He's such a nice guy, too. I really want to see him play because his play style is so solid. It's quite intimidating.
Well, he's a StarCraft 1 pro gamer. It's quite sick. In fact, today, out of everyone playing, there's 3 out of 4 of them are StarCraft 1 pro gamers. And then tomorrow, it's 1, 2, 3. Who's an ST playing? I can't seem to think of it.
He's playing...
Xenio. So we have 6 out of 8 of the remaining players are StarCraft 1 pro gamers. No surprise to me, Tasteless.
No shockers there. I'm a little bit shocked there are more Protosses, though. In the final, it's kind of weird.
Protosses just fell left and right, man.
I'm actually going to switch back to Protoss.
You should. I think Protoss fits you, Tasteless.
Thank you.
The way Terran was in the beginning was more you, but now
Well, I don't.
Protoss is back to what Tasteless likes. Cannon rushes, proxy gateways, and
now we have Void Rays.
Yeah, there you go.
So this is just great.
That has Tasteless written all over it.
That was conceived in the idea of Tasteless playing the game.
The dreams of Tasteless.
Yes.
They tapped into
the
them
nightmares
to
of
find
my
a Void Ray.
opponents.
Yeah.
Cannon rushes into Void Ray rushes, stuff like that. So let's talk about our maps just briefly. Now, how much time do we have? 4 minutes left.
I hope he gets here, man.
Can you see? I can't see behind the monitor. Is he actually here?
I do not think so. I can't see the fourth booth, but
we're going to be updated pretty soon if he's here.
I'm pretty fairly certain he's not here.
This is not good. You know, I used to have nightmares when I first started doing live events of me sleeping through.
Oh, that would be
like,
terrible.
oh my god, and you know, something terrible.
It's even
happened.
worse if you're the commentator, actually.
Yeah,
because then like you make everyone mad instead of just people like, oh, I really want to see him play.
Oh, it's too bad. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the quarterfinals
today. We have Boxer against Kyrix Zenith, aka Kyrix Zenex. They join teams. Next Genius, or Zenex Genius, I guess, against ST Hope Torture, our runner-up from last season. OGS Zenio, amazing Zerg, by the way, against Nesty, aka Zergbong, is tomorrow. And then, of course, Slayer's Boxer against Nada. LOL, that is amazing. Gonna break the internet, no doubt about it. You know, I was reading something today, and the match between, I think it was one of Boxer's recent matches in StarCraft 2, had 750,000 live viewers.
Oh my god.
That is a lot of live viewers. So between him and Nada going at it in the quarterfinals of GSL number 2, I don't know, Jesus, I'm a little bit scared.
It's going to be crazy, man. So definitely join us tomorrow. I believe the quarterfinals, or semifinals rather, is going to be best of 5 as well.
Yes.
And then I believe the grand finals is best of 7, correct?
Absolutely.
I like that a lot better. I think that's great. So again, remember, anybody can participate in the GSL.
That's right. Signups are going on right now, and you only have until the 7th. So, and that's the 7th in Korea, which means it's, I don't know, the 8th out there probably. But make sure you go and sign up right away.
And do not sign up unless you're 100% sure you're going to come, because it could screw up the brackets if we have too many people register, and then we have empty slots on one side, full slots on another. So let us know, please. If we do end up going into a game, we have 2 minutes, about a minute and a half left. And I don't see him inside our game, so I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
I'm getting scared, Tasteless. I kind of want them to stretch it a little bit. You know, I'm all for staying to the rules.
Yeah, but I think the rules are so important, though. I mean, this kind of messes.
Yeah.
If you don't show up.
No, I'm totally with you on that. I'm torn because I want to see an aggressive Zerg against this really sick TVZ monster.
Oh, of course.
Well, actually, just Terran monster overall. He took out, Baby. He's not actually that good, but Fruit Dealer and Songho. That's like 2 of the favorites of the tournament. 2 TSL players.
I saw on Team Liquid they were calling him the Fruit Stealer since he took out the Fruit Dealer.
Yeah.
I love that. I love how the people that watch the show are actually so funny, too. You know what I mean?
Rub off on him, Tasteless.
We rub off. All right, we have 1 minute left.
Tick-tock.
The sand is running out of the hourglass. What the hell are we going to do?
Well, we're going to go to a commercial break pretty soon regardless, I do believe.
We have not zoomed into the player.
No. Well, there's no player to zoom in on.
Yeah. Well, Foxer.
Unless you just want to look at Foxer for a bit. Here's Foxer.
He's a handsome fellow.
Here he is, sitting there uncomfortably because we've been on him for 10 minutes.
Yeah. He's got an itch in his nose, but he doesn't want to pick it.
No, you can't scratch it. Be like, he picked his nose. They take a screenshot of that. It's all over.
Is he actually? Okay, we're watching people come through the front door.
We have a producer talking to John. We're going to find out just momentarily what's going on.
We might have to make John play in this match. We saw him playing backstage. John was owning people.
He was. He keeps on tweeting that he's bronze, but he's much better than that. He just doesn't play much.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
he clearly looks like platinum.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Diamond.
Diamond, you think?
Emerald.
Diamond, you say. Ooh. Sounds like Pokemon game packs.
And we see a sign. He's almost here, apparently.
Yeah.
So
That's
we
good.
can talk. I could fill air.
All
so
right.
there's not going to be a disqualification. He's apparently almost here.
Excellent.
All right. Apparently they decide he's close enough. I don't know if that means he's just backstage changing into his uniform or whatever, but that's good.
Hopefully.
Hopefully we get this started pretty soon here. He is going to go literally from sprinting up here, covered in sweat, to sitting in a booth, playing his match.
Well, he's such an aggressive Zerg. He's probably used to that. His Zerglings are always running all over the map. The guy doesn't get tired, man.
No.
He has a lot of stamina. He's a fast roach.
He is a very he's a very fast
probably
roach.
Burrowed.
With 5 range.
He's got roach movement. He's going through the subway system and stuff, getting here as quickly as he can. You see the little bulge in the ground moving along. Yeah.
Well, I'm curious to see our fake boxer, also known as Foxer, how far can he get through this tournament? How well will he play? Because he's sort of our dark horse player this time around.
He is.
I mean, he's taken out people who I did not think he was going to be able to touch.
Here's the thing about him. The first match he looked so terrible, and then the second match he looked amazing. Third match he looked great. And I had known that he was one of the highest ranked players in the ladder, but I hadn't played versus him. Everyone's kind of scared of him. This guy's a huge win percentage. He's actually very good. And then we found out that he was a StarCraft 1 pro gamer. He's Claire, the Protoss player. And he's actually, I think he could win this tournament.
No, I think you're totally right.
My love affair with Clyde might be over, because when I watch this guy, I'm like, oh, you know what? Who he reminds me of?
Who?
Iris from StarCraft 1.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
The hyper-aggressive. Great macro, great micro, hyper-aggressive.
Sometimes overly aggressive.
Yeah. It's even in his TVPs. You saw he was kind of like Iris. He's kind of just attack.
Yeah.
I really like this guy's style. He's super fun to watch. Whether it's the best Terran style or not, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm MVP showed us some really great, this is how it's going to be done in a couple months type of play. But this guy, he's like Iris. I like him a lot. And it's like Iris going up against July Zerg is actually what this match would be.
He really is, because Kyrix, of course, is so aggressive. By the way, he did beat Hungan Prime 2-0, ST Ace, and OGS and Snare. Now, that is easily the hardest lineup of people you had to knock out of the tournament.
Well, you say that, and then you look over at what his opponent beat. Fruit Dealer and Songho. It's
like using the ID Baby Bye-Bye.
I mean, this is actually... These guys went through some masterful nerds to get here, I tell you. So, I don't know what to say, man. It's pretty exciting. Really stylistic players popping up instead of just what are we going to see? We kind of know what we're going to see out of these guys. It's going to be wild. They're both going to be aggressive. If Fake Boxer's smart, it'll be defensive, though, because this Kyrix guy, man, he's the first guy I've seen that will go pure Baneling.
He's so aggressive. I can't believe he keeps beating people this consistently. You normally see aggressive Zergs have to transition back into econ-style play here and there. But not this guy, apparently. Not thus far.
The Protosses, I feel like he maybe got a little bit lucky against, but the Terran, that was no luck, man. He took out Ensnare legit. It was aggressive as hell, but it was completely legit. Really well done by him.
Yeah, no kidding.
So this guy, someone to look out for. But still, Fake Boxer, I almost feel like this guy's a favorite of the tournament. He's going to face the winner of Next Genius and Hope Torture, and I feel like Hope Torture he'd probably roll all over. But Next Genius, I don't know.
Next Genius is pretty good, man.
This guy, sometimes he has a little bit off. His play's a little bit off, but when it's on, man, it's on.
And he has a confidence
factor,
to the break of
dawn.
He's got that confidence factor. So
definitely.
That helps out a lot. Is he actually? Oh, there he is. He's running in here.
Rocky high five. Oh, never mind.
All right, so he's going back into the booth now. All right.
Well, we're not going to see any makeup on this guy.
No, we're going to see what he truly looks like.
Uh-oh.
Of course, our choice is we don't need makeup. We look like this all the time.
This is actually, we wake up and roll out of bed and come here, and this is what we look like.
I actually sleep in this blazer, It's comfy. But, all right, so he's in the booth. He hasn't joined the game yet. But
well, I mean, he has to get his mouse, his keyboard, his mouse drivers, his mouse speed.
All right, we're going to look at the players now.
And here he is with my keyboard. It is Fake Boxer. We may call him Foxer because I'm pretty sure he's going to change his idea. I'll verify that with him if he beats Kyrix. And he's already made it into Code S, which is awesome. There's only going to be 32 players in there. Really exciting to see this guy in there. Speaking of which, it's going to be point-based, so Idra's going to be in it as well. No one worry.
Yeah.
It's going to be a sick league. He took out some of the biggest names in StarCraft 2 on his way up here. First match was the worst thing I've ever seen.
No, that was painful.
Yeah. It was actually like the third worst match of GSL Season 2. in my opinion, third worst match.
Well, San Zenith has a trophy for the worst match of all
Well,
time.
no, I seem to recall there was like this one match where both players were just so terrible that we were actually like, don't watch this, don't tell your friends to watch this.
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about. It was a TVZ, I believe.
Yeah, was it his match? No, his match had the nuke, and maybe it was his match, though. It might have been.
He's playing a lot better now.
I might be double remembering, but yeah, there's been two to three. Yeah, double remembering. Remembering one match is two. That could be happening because I remember different maps from both. But anyways, as I'm saying, it was terrible. But now he's like, actually, oh, you might win this. He is so good. Now we're gonna look at his opponent, who's plugging stuff in.
And let's take a look at him now. He is.
There he is.
Clearly.
And that's what he really looks like, folks.
No makeup. That is a nerd without the makeup right there.
That's right. Sees a little bit right in the face, huffing and puffing, running up those stairs to get in here.
Parkour his way over here.
Yep.
And he's not in our game yet, but when he joins our game, we're going to get this going pretty soon here after we introduce the maps.
This guy, he has no time to set his mind right. He's probably been so stressed out getting here. I think the first game that we see out of him may not be the best.
Yeah, that wouldn't really shock me at all.
He's got to calm down. You know, I would be stressed as you can even imagine trying to get here in time for this. So, see, they are setting up stuff as quickly as they possibly can.
So we're going to look at the maps next here.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, it's got to be kind of weird for him. He's rushed all the way down here. He just now made it into the booth. I don't know what the story was with that. But I guess if he wins, you can ask in the question section. Here are the maps, though.
And the first map is going to be Shakura's Plateau. We see that Fake Boxer took out Blistering Sands and Kyrix Zenith took out Jungle Basin. Reasonable choices by both. I'm so surprised Terrans hate Blistering Sands that much against Zerg. But that's okay. Lost Temple, second map, can be pretty hard for Zerg at times. Steps of War, third map, can be pretty hard for Zerg at times. Scrap Station, that's a pretty good map. Zergs like it a lot. And Zelnog Caverns, probably the most played map in the entire world at this point in tournaments. This thing never gets eliminated. It seems to be in every matchup ever. It's a good map.
It's a fairly neutral map.
Yeah, I think it's the most
compared to
neutral
some of
map.
these other maps.
Yeah.
It's simple enough.
Early game, that expansion's a little bit open.
Yeah,
but
that's
other
the
than
only
that,
thing I think.
Other than that, we're seeing some really superb matches on it. I can't think of anything about it aside from that natural that really makes it go one way or the other.
Yeah.
And we see every race win on it and every matchup. Good map overall, and I think we're going to see that map around for a very long time.
I think so. I think it's one of the better maps that Blizzard's made. Of course, Shakura's Plateau is going to be our first map. What do you think we should expect coming into this?
Well, for a Macro Zerg, this is heaven. This is the biggest map, so obviously that's going to be the favorite map of Macro Zerg. But this guy, he's kind of macro, but he's super duper aggressive.
Yeah.
It's going to be harder to be aggressive because his opponent's so far away from him.
Right.
At the same time, it's going to be hard for his opponent to really attack him because Kyrix is so far away from him.
Right.
Just because of Kyrix's playstyle, I would almost say that I like this map for Fake Boxer, which that's like a really weird statement, I know, because it's Shakura's Plateau. You kind of always feel like, oh, the Zerg's going to feel a little bit more comfortable here.
Right.
Because it's the bigger map. But against such an aggressive player, this is just a good map for passive macro. Okay, it's not actually a good map specifically for Zerg. It's for the style of passive macro. We saw Nada play here in a TVZ. Macroed passively. It was perfect. So,
all right, let's get ready for the game. It's going to go underway. Who's going to win? Let's find out. We're all loading quite slowly here. And is it me that loads last?
I think so.
Or Kyrix?
Me and Kyrix aren't loaded either.
Kyrix is late on loading again.
Oh, it's me. I was last.
You?
That was the first time ever. What's going on?
You would have thought Kyrix would have stayed consistent being late for the tournament.
What web pages were they going to on my computer?
In the red. Some call him Foxer, but his ID currently is...
Boxer.
What's that voice saying? Whose voice was that?
Whose voice was that? Who the hell was that? That woman's voice has gotten pretty deep. Down here in the bottom left, he is the one, the only, the aggressive Zerg.
Hanjun, Kyrix Zenith.
Who the hell is this guy?
I don't know.
What's his voice? Is that?
It's not the beautiful woman voice, and it's not the Street Fighter voice. And there's Executor there. Famous legend
oh, look,
of
Executor's in the
Counter-Strike.
corner of the screen. I don't care about that artwork. We can see Executor in the far left.
That's right. And
so
those are our commentators for the Korean stream. As you see, we're much handsomer.
We do have that going for us. Interesting scout pattern here with the Overlord. It looks like he probably wants to get up over to this region back here and check for an expansion, unless I'm mistaken. I haven't.
Probably check out the bottom right first, see if he's there. It's an important position to know if your opponent's there. If he's not, then send it up behind the expansion.
What am I saying? I'm sorry. I'm totally out of it right now. Of course, he was going to check over here.
You've been gone.
Thanks for covering me.
That's what I'm here for.
Barracks on the low ground.
Okay.
Not necessarily a Macarax because it's not the second barracks. It's put somewhere.
Yeah, he might be just putting it there just to make a wall in with it partially. It's definitely a possibility. And this drone checking out behind his own minerals for some reason. Just looking over the ledge.
Barracks almost complete. The drone sees the location of the racks. He may want to try to block an add-on here. But actually the Terran is going to go for no refinery.
Yeah, I think we're just going to see a really fast expansion. And that Rax is just going to act as part of a wall-in, most likely. He's got to filter it down a little bit to be able to expand really quick. Now, I love what Foxer is doing here, where he's actually not getting gas, because the map is so long, it's going to be a macro map pretty much no matter what, unless you're doing some crazy all-in strategy. So it's just a really superb choice to go command center before gas, and it just it reminds me of StarCraft 1, which of course brings a tear to my eye and happiness to my heart.
Well, you know what's great about this map is that they stuck with the architecture for StarCraft 1 type maps, making it very far apart, unlike maps like Steps of War, which is almost like Bloodbath. And basically what that's done is that's allowed us to have much more macro-oriented games.
Now, look at what Kyrix is doing here with the patrol. That's normally used against Protoss, but to use it against Terran, when I guess he thinks that there could have been a proxy Rax, but I mean, you're going to have to send so many SCVs to actually get that done. That would be such a terrible strategy by Terran. I'm almost surprised Kyrix prepared for it like that. Now, Kyrix is going to send a bunch of Zerglings out.
And they are going to run into this Marine. He's going to stop any scouting from coming out here.
Well, SCV. And there's going to be plenty of Marines on the ramp of Fake Boxer. Chasing those Zerglings off. Now, what will Kyrix choose to do? Most likely he should tech from here. He could go for another hatch, but what we want to see is basically drones and teching. Really no way that Foxer can really attack at this point. We do see he is getting speed and a bunch of drones, so far so good.
Nice position here with the structures, putting the factory here, the barracks here. This makes for a very small entrance at this region. Right. Another SCV moving out.
It's nice that he keeps those SCVs in as long as possible. Slow Zerglings still faster than slow Marines.
Double barracks now. He may try to bust the Zerg while he's getting his third.
It's definitely a possibility he'll try to hit some sort of timing attack. Now, the fact that he's getting a tech lab on his factory, as well as 3 barracks, makes me think we're just going to see a standard timing push. But on this map, a 2-base timing push is a little bit less effective than on other maps.
Well, you're so far apart in these positions.
Not greatly less effective. Like, Foxer definitely has a possibility of pulling it off. But it's oftentimes taking a 3rd base might be something that feels more comfortable on this map.
Stimpak's on the way. SCV picked off here. Let's see exactly what he saw here.
Now, I am
not much actually.
Really surprised that the Baneling nest is going up without any layer. This map, it is so long. Slow Banelings are almost comical.
Well, you know this guy's playstyle. He may just try to go for a bust.
Yeah, absolutely. That is very true. We've seen him do it before, and I think, in fact, Tasteless, you might be right. He might just go for it again here. And, you know, against such a fast expansion like here, that's what he did against before. And if he just busts that that depot down with enough Banes and just runs in with like a quadrillion Speedlings, it might work out beautifully.
Cancel the hatch.
And let's take a look down here. He is making so many Banelings. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think we may just see a GG in just a second. This is insane. And here we go.
And they're off.
The Marines trying to get back there. Tanks on hold position. Puts up the depot. That's exactly what he needed to do. Uh-oh, but this is so scary. Spreading those Marines. Beautiful spread. And he minimizes damage more than I thought he even would. Boxer knowing how to deal in any situation. That was beautiful. But there are more Speedlings in here. SCV's coming out. Even the Mules trying to block some Zerglings off. And if he can stop this, he'll be in okay position still. He's not too far behind at this point, but that was a beautiful handling of a very stressful, unique situation. Foxer really showing that he is a top-class player.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with that. Interesting strategy here by our Zerg player. I almost wanted to ask you if you'd do a Baneling bust earlier on, but I didn't think it was actually going to be the case on a map. It was this far apart. Now you can just blow up this depot here with the Banelings. Tank is at siege mode.
Yeah, the tank's in siege mode, especially if he sieges a second. Now he's going to see these Banes. He's going to want to build another building at his wall-in. Will he do it in time? Decides not to for whatever reason. But the siege tanks on the Banelings is beautiful, and the Banelings just dying left and right. The factory going down. And wow. Killing that factory is actually quite nice, but he has spent so much in Banelings at this point, it's actually crazy.
Well, note that without the factory, you can't get tanks. The tank splash damage is really what takes out the Banelings.
Now look at this. Units lost. 79 units for our Zerg player. And the resources of that, not that much more than the resources for the Terran units lost. So far, he's been fine with this. Pretty interesting.
Zerg now finally tacking up here. Don't know if he's going to go for another attack again.
Oh my, Tasteless. Oh my. Look at all those barracks going up and a third reactor. So we are going to see an absolutely insane amount of Marines from Foxer. An insane amount of Marines, Tasteless. The crazy
madness. No, I don't think he can break this down again.
Yeah, I know. With the eBay there, it's going to be quite safe. In fact, even going to move away that barracks. And he may just rally out non-stop, or he may make a position in the middle. And getting Baneling speed now is Kyrix Zenith. But as I was saying, he may take a position up in the middle and take a third base, but instead it does look like he wants to attack. He's got to be careful going through these bushes. Notice how he sends 3 Marines first. That's very smart. And he sees those Banes coming. He's got to retreat. And spreading a lot of Marines quite well right there. Very nice.
Wow, he's cleaning up.
That's right. He keeps his tanks alive. And at this point, he is pulling ahead in the units' resources loss. This is the resources he spent on units that have died. 4,500 resources for our Zerg player, and only 3,900 for our Terran. Now, Spire is going up. Baneling speed is still going, and Baneling speed is actually where Kyrix is going to start shining, because this strategy is going to be 10 times better with Banelings actually moving quickly.
This is a risky move here for the Terran to respond like this. He may want to just take a third and go for medevac drops, but instead
it is hard to attack a cross map like this.
Is he going to scan and try to take out the tumors? Creep tumors?
Oh my, it looks like he just wants to catch these Banelings, but the tank's in siege mode. He stims and gets away from those, but no, it looks, ooh. He actually kills a lot of Banes there because they do suicide onto the siege tank. And he's just got such a rally of Marines going on. He's building so many Marines at once that he can reinforce non-stop. This is a very tempo-based push by Foxer. If he can get up here and kill this hatchery, he's going to be way ahead. If he gets stopped, which I have a feeling he may, then Kyrix is going to be feeling like a genius.
Stim takes out the Queen. More units on the move now. Tank intercepted.
And a lot of Marines coming up here. Kyrix just not bringing the units up to get rid of this. And here come the Banes with speed. This should be able to take out the rest of these Marines. And Kyrix holds this next attack. Ooh, he's going to get a couple overloads. That's nice, but so many Banes being made. Oh my god, Tasteless.
He did manage to keep the hatch, so
yeah,
this is a bad moment here for Boxer.
That was really important that he kept the hatch. You know, his economy is still going to be on 3 base. He is mining a lot of gas, using a lot of Banes for the gas, but still, Fox are only on 2 base, bringing in these drop ships now.
Medivacs, yes. I think it's what he should have been doing earlier.
This is very nice. I really like this.
Nice player by the Zerg.
And he should pick up as quickly as possible. And he saves everything. No anti-air out quite yet. There are Mutalisks making, though.
One small victory there for the Terran.
Oh, absolutely.
Lots of Banelings out. Baneling speed is done.
Look at that, rejoining up over here. So many Marines. He's got to be careful, though. Here come the Speed Banes. And
nice control.
Oh! That was beautiful. Just awesome spreading here from Foxer.
That micro was insane. The split there.
He pulled in 4 directions. It's really beginning to look like StarCraft 1. If any of your friends are StarCraft 2 haters, StarCraft 1 elitists, show them this game.
Yeah, no kidding. That was unbelievable splitting.
A lot of mutas being made now. But this is almost a purely Marine army. And beautiful spreads. Here come in more. Oh, he is really minimizing the Banelings. Amazingly so. But more Banes popping out. I don't know if he's going to be able to get away from here. He loses a lot. And if those mutas can kill all 4 medevacs and the siege tank, he is going to be way ahead. In fact, even more medevacs up here. Handful of Marines coming up to reinforce. And this is such a tempo-based push. This is amazing. He's barely holding on to this at all times.
Overlord's in the fray. Marines being micro. Too many Zerglings, I believe.
Yeah, the Muta's getting so many shots off on these medevacs. And Overlord's going down. Look at this never-ending stream of Marines. It doesn't even matter about the Banelings. He just keeps coming. He keeps coming. And these Banelings being less effective than you would imagine.
And he's going to take out that last medevac. That's a lot of Vespene gas wasted there. It looks like the Zerg will maintain this position.
That's right. A lot of Zerglings being hatched right now. A lot of Banelings being hatched. A little bit more Mutas going in as well, but so many Marines coming through. This is actually really quite amazing play by our players. Both of them doing an excellent job this game.
You got to be very careful when engaging through the bushes. Nice splitting. Whoa!
Just dodging Banelings left and right, and he is just waiting for there not to be any Banelings left. Look at that, morphing in the wrong position. Kyrix may be in trouble now. More and more Overlords going down. Just picking off units left and right.
Stimmed again.
And take out these Mutas. We can kill all the Mutas. Oh, that is huge. Here come drones and Lings. And he wanted to hold those Marines in there so the Banes would do more damage. Still Marines living. And this is just a clinic on how to micro against Banelings.
He is interfering with the units that are going to try to reinforce here. But he's about to be able to take out key tech structures here.
More Overlords going down, and the supply of Kyrix is falling. I cannot believe off of 2 bases, Foxer just rallied in pure Marines, micro them between good micro and good macro. He stopped Kyrix's mass Baneling strategies dead in their tracks.
All right, we got more Banelings in there. Is he going to pick them up? No, not picked up in time. But of course, this base is just a giant paperweight at this point in time.
Yeah.
Command center on the way over here.
And look at that supply. Almost 100 for Foxer, 68 for Kyrix. So Kyrix right now, he is on the brink of destruction. And just so many more Marines coming in. Foxer not slowing down for even a second. His production is off the charts. Nice little drop going up to the north.
And as you can see, at the north, naked expansion.
At the same time, fully saturated third base.
Damn, look at that.
Right as his main goes out. And here we go. Stimming in, hitting the spine crawler. Here come the Zerglings and Mutas, though. Banelings as well, picking up. But there are some Mutas and Queens in there. He's got to be careful not to lose those medevacs.
Pretty impressive so far. Keeping the Zerg on his toes. He's got some more drones over here from that, but most of those drones are actually from this main, which is basically mined out.
That's right. You know, right now, Foxer's looking so good. Let's take a look at the unit count. 61 SCVs against 43 drones. His economy is staggeringly better than Kyrix's. But Kyrix, he is taking that 4th base. He is trying to re-drone up. So if he can just hold it together for a while longer, he can get up to perhaps 4 base against just 2. And that's what he wants. But look at this. This is a fearsome army coming out. A ton of Banelings. If he keeps them on the creep, even Foxer's going to have a hard time dodging all of those.
Whoops, he messed up the vision thing there. Scans over here, he sees it.
You know, this game has been just so action-packed. He hasn't really had time to switch over to Infestors, but Infestors in this situation would be golden. Don't go off the creep! And he does. Can he take out all of these Zerglings? Roach is backing him up. Smart pullback there by Kyrix.
Kyrix handled himself pretty well. Scanning here, he wants to get rid of the creep tumors.
Oh, beautiful play there. He realizes the speed on the creep is why these Banelings are doing so well. Beautiful micro, but there are too many roaches, perhaps. No, he decides to stay and fight. Only 3 Marines, though.
He has superior upgrades, that's why. He's at 2-2.
Oh my. That's actually amazing. I didn't even notice that. A lot of Mutas popping out. Mutas, though, they are not well upgraded at all.
No, not at all.
At 0-0, they can't even beat these Marines.
Talk about a slugfest here in the middle of the map.
Oh, absolutely. I am just so impressed by Foxer non-stop attacks with these Marines. Really showing us some SK Terran from Starcraft 1.
Yeah, no kidding. Cornering these units, splitting them up really nice. Look at this control.
Totally good. And the Banelings having to use so many. You know, most Terrans would have lost this game.
No kidding. Well, this Terran's still in it, but Zerg is hanging on.
That's quite true. But already, most Terrans would have definitely lost. Well, you see just more and more Marines filtering in. It feels like Kyrix is running out of steam a little bit. The armies he's engaging with are smaller and smaller.
It seems like his ability to produce an army is much stronger than Kyrix's. Even though Kyrix is doing a good job, I think Kyrix is getting worn out.
And look at this. Picking up as the roaches and drones come out to engage. Nice moves right there. And I like this move right here. Command center coming on down from that natural. Oh, look at that on the high ground. Might not even be a bad idea to leave a couple Marines up there. Hit pot shots on the way by as units filter through that thin area. But, you know, he is floating over that command center. He's going to take another base. And as long as he can stay on 2 bases mine, he can keep up this insane micro and macro. And, by the way, 3-3 upgrades on these Marines. That is wild.
That, you know, and of course our Zerg player not really keeping up with that. No upgrades here.
And floating his main command center down there. Look at this. Micro, macro, and upgrading while expanding and attacking non-stop all game long. Boxer is the real deal.
Don't forget to ask questions online, guys, in the questions section on the forum, so John can pick out the best questions and we can ask him over here.
You know what, Tasteless? I just got goosebumps because I just remembered this is a best of 5, not a best of 3. I am so happy we get to see these guys duke it out even more. And here we go. The Banelings come in. He's going to have to avoid as many as possible, pulling away Marines. Beautiful moves. A lot of roaches left.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, he doesn't want to engage these with those weak roaches. Roaches with almost no upgrades. And he just plows through there. I think we're going to be seeing the end of the game pretty quickly here.
I think so. I think that was a large enough bulk that he should be able to get in there.
He's just going over to harass that base just a little bit. So many Marines, so he should be able to take out a hatchery. And
no medevacs with this army, though.
That's right. And going right for the natural. Gonna kill that Roach Warren immediately. Running a few Marines up under the high ground to take out as many Banes as possible. Look at that, just pulling Marines in all different directions. Making him use so many more Banes than Zergs are used to. Oh my, oh my.
Wow, he's taking out the hatch. The Baneling's nest could go down next because of this tank over here. I think it's going to be GG. I think he's broken him. The Zerg demand should drive out this expansion, but so what? Who cares? Zerg's not going to have a main for much longer.
That's right. Kyrix is on his last legs at this point. If we take a look at the supply, 143 against 53. Boxer has done it. He has really shown a ton of skill this game.
And that is that. I mean, they're going to clean up this hatchery. This is GG for round number 1. But I can't wait to see this. I wouldn't be surprised if we go to the 5th and final deciding one. GG.
Oh, it definitely
Two
could.
awesome players.
That was quite a match. Boxer, an amazing player. Kyrix's style just showing through the entire time. Really exciting and awesome game. I am so stoked over that, Jesus. And we get to do a bunch more of these guys fighting each other because it is a best of 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is so cool. Well, look, we're going to go to a break in a little bit here, but let's go over that game for just a minute. I like the openers for both players. Kyrix's was very aggressive, but it was good.
It was.
It was very fitting for
against these really fast
mid-game
expansions. Yeah. These weird Baneling busts that are actually have an economy behind them. They're really neat and they kind of work. I feel like he almost overdoes it with the second one.
Yeah, he doesn't know when to quit exactly.
Yeah, so I think he just barely overdid it there, or he would have had a decent lead. But, of course, I think this style, more Zergs are going to pick it up and kind of see, like, oh, this is actually a reasonable counter. You know, I can actually kind of get a little bit ahead by doing this if they do go expansion before gas. So I think we're going to see Terrans evolve and maybe wall in a little bit heavier. But anyways, for right now, it's working beautifully. Really cool style by Kyrix.
Unbelievable to see these guys clashing in the middle of the map like that. Over and over and over. The Marine splitting, that is so hard to do. If you screw that up once, you lose your entire army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's completely confident in his skills. These two of the most stylistic players we have in the entire GSL, more so than people like Fruit Dealer, more so than people like Hope Torture. Their styles are showing through so immensely. Like, hey, this is how we play. This is how we see the game. This is what we understand. And it is awesome to see. I am sad one of these guys is going to go home today.
I know. They're both so good. I also like how he got that layer very late, so he could get the third hatchery up. Sticking on, heavy mineral-intensive stuff. Just enough gas to crank out Banelings. Are really, really nice play. I'm quite impressed. I'm sure you guys enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed casting it. It was quite a blast.
Absolutely. Awesome game, but we are going to go to a commercial break in just a moment here. No interview or anything, so go down, get your nachos.
That's right.
Get some soda pop, some slippers, go to the bathroom.
Blanket if you're
Say
cold.
hi to your mom.
Yeah.
Feed your cat.
Clean
her box if you haven't cleaned it yet.
Feed the hamsters. Whatever you got to do.
Bring a hamster out. They want to see
We'll be back in just a little bit. See you soon.